One, Saturday, February 25th, 2023, 12:24 p.m. China time. This is Baja Pips, and today I'm gonna go over some forecast. Now, I don't normally do these videos, but when I see that we're in a time where I just have some free time, I'll just mark up some charts and show y'all where I project price to be going. In this video, I'm actually gonna go over um, looking at future cryptos, and I want to take a look at Bitcoin because it's been quite a while. It's been a few months since I made a Bitcoin video. I've been working on my scalping, so at this very moment, I have to just find it right now. This is all Euro USD. That's why it's not showing it. There we go. Okay, Bitcoin should be one of the first ones. BTC. So I'm gonna use Bitstamp as the broker. Maybe I can use a different one just because I'm not too familiar with that broker. Just a minute. BTC USD. I like the coin-based one because it's spot. Okay. Or I can just do the index off of TradingView, which is probably a little bit better. As you can see, I don't really trade Bitcoin on the 1 minute chart because it's not really my thing. Just give it a moment to load up. All right. Now I can scalp Bitcoin if I want, but it's just not really my thing. Like I said, I'd rather scalp the Euro USD just because the movement for me is a lot smoother. Maybe in the future I'll, it just doesn't make sense to me to scalp Bitcoin. I know it could go down and it could, make its movements and stuff, but it could go up, whatever. But to me, I like scalping Euro USD. I'm just really, that's just really my pair I stick to. I only have 2 hours per day I scalp, and so I take those 2 hours and I can only concentrate on one pair at a time when I'm scalping. So I just focus on the Euro US dollar, and that's why. And so those of you that are wondering, oh, you trade the 1 minute Euro, why don't you trade the BTC 1 minute? I can. I just choose not to. I would rather swing trade Bitcoin because I see that it's much more rewarding as a swing trading pair. It's much more volatile, and so I look at the larger time frames for that pair. I'm currently looking at this, and I just put it up to the hourly right now. So we are gonna mark this one on up, just so I can see its weekly outlook. So it looks like it's been popping on up, just peeking to the north side for the past week, but it hasn't really done much, and that's drawing some concern to me as I see a possible reversal back to the downside, and that's not good because we are looking at lows of 21,000 to be taken out first, and we could possibly go lower if price resumes to the downside. Now, the only way that the buyers could actually be resurrected and continue to be saved if we see the highs of the most recent highs of this week broken. So that's about 25,325.67. I'm waiting for those highs to be broken. If those highs aren't broken, then Bitcoin might be in some trouble. Looking at the daily now, I want to just take a look at the bigger, broader scope because those of you that came around for this video, you might have some Bitcoin invested and you don't know where it's going. So I'm not your financial analyst. Anything that I'm saying in this video is not financial advice. It's just my own projections. But from what I can see, I'm gonna just mark up the chart and show y'all with some visuals. So from what I can see, I'm gonna mark a horizontal line on this high right here, and I'll mark another one. Let me just get this tool down at this low right here, and pretty much I'm just looking at this range that we're currently in. We are in a little daily range now. Let me tell y'all something. If we do go on up, we could see highs of 32,090 broken. We could see those highs revisited within the next week or two. But this is a daily chart, so it could take a lot longer just because daily bars do take longer to set up. Look at this range right here. I'll actually mark it in a rectangle now just so we can have a little bit more clearer visuals. Just a minute. Here we go. I'm gonna mark it off in a rectangle so y'all can actually see the range that we're currently sitting in. So we're sitting in this large range, 15,000, 25,000. It's a 10,000 BTC range. So this range alone is about almost 50% of its value, its overall value right now. Its value is sitting at 24,000. Its value is not 46,000. That was its value in the past. Bitcoin's current value is 23,000, and it is in the higher end of a 10,000, I would say, pip range. I just mark these off as pips, so 10,000 pip range. If Bitcoin wants to continue up, we need to see these highs more likely broken of 25,000, 175 ish. If we could see these highs broken in the next, let me mark it on up here now. We can see these highs broken, and I have some sort of signal that's telling me it's going to continue on up. I would more than likely be willing to buy it. But as of right now, we have to face the realities of Bitcoin. And I'm going to mark this off as well with the trend line. So there's a trend line that I'm using currently. I just want to see just how Bitcoin has been moving. So they are crashing into this trend line quite heavily. So like I said, I personally also would like Bitcoin to go on up because I have some friends holding BTC, and I don't know how much they bought at the top, but hopefully they're in the money right now. But for those that are watching, this is a very important and critical point that BTC is at right now. Because if it does break this trend line lows and go lower than 21,000, they're more than likely we're gonna see 17,000 revisited. And if 17,000 is revisited, these lows down right around here, I'll actually draw a rectangle around this as well. These lows right around here they're in danger. You're gonna have to be very careful if you're holding it and hoping that this is your only support. If you're relying on this zone, 17,000 to be your support, then that's not a great tool to rely on. You need more confluence. You need more conviction. So if you gotta ask yourself, if price was rising this high on up and then it crashed all the way back down to 17,000, would you be willing to hold through it or would you close it? Because personally, I believe that if you're holding Bitcoin still and you were buying it at the top, you need to get out because you don't have a stop loss and you never had a stop loss, so you missed your chance to get out. Now you're swindling on the last little bit of the coin value that's left, and that's not gonna be good. You can either be holding out for years or for a very long time for it to revisit your price that you wanted, your desirable price to exit. Or another thing that could be happening right now is that you could actually lose a lot more than what the current valuation is. So, and now I'm looking at BTC. I'm trying to make sure that it's making specific type of moves towards I want to see it break these highs personally, but if it can break these highs, we'll see a surge. But one thing that's sketchy is that it did have a strong move up following a strong trend up, because this was a very strong move on up from 17,000. This happened last month. So people got excited that it popped up from 17,000, but they don't realize that markets can range and they can remain solvent more than we can remain rational. Now look at this right here. When you see that it's dropping so heavily, why isn't the rise coming in twice as hard? If we're seeing a reversal, we need to see the buyers stepping in almost as aggressive as the sellers was popping it down. We shouldn't see a week of pop and then a week of drop and then a week of pop and then the last previous week was almost as big as the week before that went up. So we're kind of just seeing it seesaw around, and it is currently back into its early the range of earlier on this year. And yeah, I mean, looking at December lows, that's only back in December. It's only been 2 months in the year, so be very careful with BTC. I'm gonna take a look at it in the broader scope now because I want to see how it looks in the past. So I'm gonna look at the monthly time frame now, or actually I'll go into the weekly. So now we're looking at a weekly scope of BTC, and we can kind of see what's going on right here now. So let me just mark this one up. So we see that price is crashing on down. There was a reversal to the upside, and then we do have some movement down. But like I said, that right there, I think if you have shorts around 25,000 and you have stop losses right above there, it might get hit. If price keeps on rising on up, we do have a potential for it to reverse now on the monthly time frame. But it's just that, or the weekly time frame. But it's just that we need to see more buyers step in. That's ultimately what we're waiting on. If more buyers could step in and continue pushing on up, like I said, we could see these highs broken easily, 31,000. I do believe that in the longer term, those highs will be broken, and we could see it revisit 46 to 50,000. So that's on the optimistic side of the coin. But right now, we are not seeing that, and we have to just stick with the reality and the facts. The facts is telling me that right now, price is currently dropping, and it's been dropping, and that's kind of what I'm saying. So if you are holding Bitcoin, you're not going to get your money back. That's not your money anymore. Okay, that's the market's money and everyone that took your money. That's not your money. That's the past price, and you have to learn to stop looking at the hindsight bias. This is your money right here, 23,000. This is what you have. You can either close out and find a better opportunity to buy when you start to see more buyers stepping in and participate in the rally, or you can just, just hope and wishful think and let price continue to just randomly churn you away, because your emotions and your well-being and your health is going to be at risk. That's what you're risking, even if you don't care about the money. It's either the money or your health. That's what the cost is right now. So if you close out now, what just happened? Yeah, if you just close out now, you just wait for maybe a break of 29,250, possibly get in and have a trailing stop loss somewhere. This time have a stop loss, because if you had a stop loss at 70,000, wouldn't you be happy? Say you bought it at 70,000, but you had a stop loss at 50,000. Wouldn't you be happier that you got out at 50,000 and you only lost that? Now you're sitting at half of that, a quarter of that. Like, you got to have a stop loss no matter what. Even when you see me trading, I always have a stop, even though I can read price action. And if you can't read price action like me, you damn well should have a stop, because I'm a guarantee you, like, you don't know where the market's going. I don't know where the market's going. No one does. So stop loss is essential. Please have a stop loss. Lastly, let's take a look at the 1 month time frame, just so I can sum this video up. Y'all are like, damn, he went from the 1 minute all the way up to the 1 month in this one video. Of course, because I can read price action. You learn to read price action. The thing is, it's just easy, easy and enjoyable. So looking at the monthly time frame, we could kind of see how BTC is just kind of messing around. It's bouncing around. We could see that it literally only revisited those highs a couple times before it started coming on this descent. This descent is pretty heavy, but if like I said, if it breaks the lows of 15,000 on the monthly time frame, we're more than likely going to see the end of Bitcoin for what we know of right now. So it is at its little last support, and there is a slight chance that we could see more buyers step in, but this month has been slow. The previous month has been a little strong, but like I said, all it takes is a little surge down. So y'all better hope that the war or something is going to make Bitcoin go up, because all I know is in times of war, USD goes up, and US is a supplier of weapons. So everyone's thinking when the wars happen, the Bitcoin is gonna go up, because it's a reserve currency, but the US dollar is the reserve currency still. Bitcoin is competing against it for the reserve, but the US dollar is still the global reserve currency. So with that being said, if we're in a time of war or pandemics or anything like that, and we are seeing the reserve currency build up, then that's when we could definitely be able to look for some potential orders to the upside for US dollar. And if the US dollar is increasing, the Bitcoin is going to fall. So you're looking at this BTC USD right now, more than likely my bias is it's going to continue to the downside. So from what I could project is something like this, and I'll write my projection down right here just so I can forecast it before the end of the video. So I'm going to pull out my my tool now, where I can put my short position, and I just want to have a projection of where I would take a short. So if I were to take a long short, oh my goodness, what just happened? Okay. If I were to take a short, my stop loss would have been up here, but my profit target would have been down here for 1-to-1. Of course, I'm always going for 2-to-1, so I'll probably aim for a target down here around 6,000. So we are looking at, probably sub 10,000 in the next forthcoming few months. If this bear trend continues, we are going to see below 10,000, probably around 8 or 6,000. And if you're holding this Bitcoin, we could also see a rally to the upside as far as 50,000. So it can go both ways, but more than likely it's going to keep on dropping. This is its last opportunity to pump on up. It tried to go up a couple times in the past, and after it hit initially, it hit 64,000. Price did try to rally and it failed, and then try to rally again and it failed. So this is telling me more than likely we're going to continue to crash to the downside by the end of the year. All right, y'all, this has been it. I'm wrapping it up, and I hope you got some insight. And like I said, this is not trading advice. This is just my breakdown and my forecast. And no, I'm not holding any Bitcoin. So yeah, I'm just going to keep on doing that. And if I do see it start to rally, I will participate. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Peace.